It is Inferno of Fate time here today, my friends, as we take on, take down, and beat Master Mode for us in Cookie Alliance Season 2-25. We do have a little bit of a different team than we used in Fire of Fate on Expert, and we're going to show you all the key things to be successful here and take this down. All right, couple things first and foremost, though, as we get into Master Mode here and Inferno of Fate. We have these suggested elemental types. We have light, we got fire, we got earth, we got darkness, and we have electricity. A couple things that we're going to run into in terms of effects. We got max HP up, we have poison, we also have periodic healing, cooldown, and crit damage down. This one's always a pain, the periodic healing. We'll talk about that a little bit more here in a second. And then these great difficulty rewards, a 9% chance to get legendary, so get at it there for your guilds. Makes a huge difference. Big tip and trick and secret here for me as the #1 free-to-play player. We got lots of great guild rewards in terms of that research and bonus effects. Definitely amplifies my cookies. Lots of players always ask, how do you get those high stats? And that's one of the major reasons. So get on it, my friends, and get out there and into Cookie Alliance Master Mode. All right, so here we go. A couple things on our team. This is going to be key. But before we do, these are the 4 that I've invested in right now with our artifacts. I got to level 10 here with fire. We've also got to level 10 in light or electricity. We did level 10 here in darkness, and then last but not least 5 in light. Okay, so I wanted to showcase that you can maybe get by it with a little bit less, or even maybe a little bit more. One of the biggest things that I found trying to get through was just making sure I was dealing enough damage, and the artifact boosts were able to help me do that, plus some of the change in the team. So here's what we did with our team. We've made a couple additional adjustments from the last time, and what that was is we added in the bunny and fire spirit here. So what we took out was creme brulee, and we took out ferret. These two in combination were able to help us get by and make a big difference. What I figured is we're going to sacrifice on the light at the beginning. We'll move into the fire and leverage that. We're going to continue to keep darkness and the electric type, and then we do have the light from PV here. So very, very important in terms of kind of how we switched and moved things up there to help us get by with this team. Now, I do recognize that it's a lot of ancients, legendaries, and those kinds of things. There, even for someone like myself as a free-to-play player, we were able to get all these cookies, though, in the free-to-play way, when we got all the guides here on the channel for you. Now, the other thing here is you can always see the suggested elements here on the top as well. Couple things here. We are still on Dream Conductor's Whistle, Old Pilgrim Scroll, and Sleepyhead's Jelly Watch for that attack, cooldown, and crit. Really kind of focused in and honed in on that damage. In terms of our gear, a couple things here. We're still on crit. We're on the electric, like we see here. We're still on cooldown. So this was what I was going and referring to earlier, is by leveraging Dark Cacao here, it's that lockdown on the healing that makes a huge, huge difference, so that they can't recover as easily. So make sure you have that at a high enough cooldown so that you can keep making sure that those hits are going before anything kind of breaks from that perspective. Here's PV on cooldown. Here we're on lots of great attack. We got some fire damage, more attack, and attack speed. And then here we got our amplify plus attack here. We got a lot of great guides on the gear that you can check out on the channel. And then additionally, we've kind of built over this one as well if you need, and this one here as another example. There and there. Okay, so just in case you wanted those for you there. And then additionally on the gear, we'll go to our totals so you can see that, our all gear totals right there, and see exactly where these cookies are at from that perspective. There we go, there we go. All right, and now it is time for us to make a run. If you do have a question, though, or comment, let me know, because I'd love to hear from you. All right, so we'll go at it here. Master Mode, my friends, is going to help you unlock Hero. Now, a couple things, as always, if at first you don't succeed, try again. A couple other pieces here, though, is one of the things is I can fully auto. One of the things that I do like doing, though, is just making sure that you're clicking on some of these heals and the other skills, and just making sure that they're going off to help keep your team alive, and just help increase the likelihood of success just a little bit more, my friends. All right, let's go, let's go. There we go. You may run into some trouble with the clock and the time. If you do, keep focused and honed in on a lot of those artifacts, and just keep boosting those things. That makes a big difference there. In order to help you succeed. Now, if you do go to that second team or one of these other ones that I showed, they won't be able to get by as fast. Particularly 2 is more of a survival team. You might want to, combo some of those other ones together to get a little bit more damage from that perspective as well. All right, there we go. Chapter 1 is now down. We're into Chapter 2. Now, this one should hopefully be a little bit better because we do have our Fire Elemental type right there, just like that, as you can see. And if you caught that, we're still under the poison. So make sure that you keep applying these heals, because this is going to be a close one for your team while they're running in between, just like that, my friends. It's going to make a huge difference because this thing just keeps taking away the life of your team. All right, now we're into Wizard Cookie here. There we go, and out of the gate right there. Now into this one. So here's where we have that periodic killing, my friends. You leveraging Dark Cacao there is going to be a lot of help. Making sure that you keep these on and those stacks on to lock things out makes a huge difference, like I said earlier. All right, keeping those heals on. Now, when we get to it, I'll let you know there is a very tricky one that can hit you really hard, and making sure that you're keeping your team alive is going to be key, and some revives on it as well makes a huge difference. All right, it's Chapter 4 here, I believe, in the next wave, if I recall. So we'll be on it right away here. Nope, not that one. Wave after. All right, here we go, here we go. And we're through there. Get ready, team, get ready. Let's go, chat. Here we go. It is coming right here, this one. All right. So we need to make sure that we absolutely, positively take these things down so fast, because they really start to hit you just like that. Oh, nice. We got through without a wipe, which is big. Now that can be the challenging one on the timing, because they can hit hard enough and KO a couple of your cookies. So we do have the revive survive going on here with PV. However, again, just something to be aware of. Here we go. 5 minutes left into Chapter 5, which is perfect in terms of our timing. There we are, my friends. Look at that, look at that. Again, a couple clicks goes a long way here, as you can see. All right, all right. Let's go, team. Let's put the bunny on. Into the Jelly Worm finale here. Chapter 5, Wave 20. Final boss. You'll see it takes a little bit of work to get this thing down. Crit damage is down. Got all of our stacks on there. And boom, we're there. Almost about 2 minutes, though, for that last wave, being able to take it all down. Now, again, a couple things here. If you can't get through the first one in Hero, make sure that you're absolutely grabbing both these chests. It definitely helps just to get more going on there. We've been able to get by, but just showing you why you want to do that, take advantage of those artifacts, just because it's helpful. And again, get ready for the next one. All right, so there you are, my friends. Cookie Alliance Master Mode complete. It's going to bump you into Elite right now. We're right in that top 10,000, which is awesome. Absolutely love it. And getting us ready for Hellfire of Fate in Hero Mode there, my friends. And with that, that is today's episode on Master Mode, Inferno of Fate, taking things down here in Cookie Alliance 2-25 for you. Brand new team, a little bit of a breakdown, all the key pieces to help you get by and be successful and continue on your way in Cookie Alliance here. With that, questions, comments, let me know. I'd love to hear from you as always. And with that, I appreciate your support. So thank you for tuning in here today. And additionally, my friends, until next time, keep on running.